Hello, hello, this is Diana Gribbo, and this is my Trailblazers of the Universe YouTube channel. And on my channel, I am helping you fearlessly and unapologetically live your best, most authentic life. I am helping you break through any barriers you have and transcend any limitations that you have. The main topics of my channel are going to be manifestation, improving your mental and physical health, spirituality, metaphysics, quantum physics, astronomy, a little bit of everything. So today, my topic is going to be based on, it's kind of going to piggyback on the last video I had on chasing happiness. So I saw a Bob Marley quote, and it goes like this, and that's what inspired me for the video. It says that this was in relation to money. So it said that money is just numbers, and since numbers never end, basically if your happiness is always dependent on money, then you'll never be satisfied. Anything where there's numbers and they never end, it's like you never reach, like the threshold, there is no threshold, they just keep going, right? So that's kind of the basis of my video, and I am seeing that's true. I just think in our society, it's so consumer driven, we're being graded every day. It's, since we're a little kid, we were graded on our test scores, SAT scores, how many points we shoot in the basketball game. Then when we're older, it's our credit score, how much money's in our bank account. It's always something, the numbers never end. A lot of women, we're judging and we put value on these things. We think our sense of worth and value comes from these things. Women look at, like, oh, how much do I weigh on the scale? How tall am I? How big are my boobs? It's just not a way to live. We need to remember that we are spiritual beings, have a temporary human experience. The physical part is temporary. The spiritual part is eternal. Your spirit is infinite. It's eternal. This physical reality is temporary. It's only a very small part of your whole existence. And we're so focused in just the way society programs us that our self-worth is based upon that. So if your self-worth is based upon things that are physical, things that are temporary, then you're never going to be a stable, safe being. Your happiness is always going to be fluctuating based on your circumstances. Your weight fluctuates, your money, your bank account fluctuates, everything fluctuates. Numbers are just, they come and go. They're just up and down, depending on our circumstances, So I think we need to start realizing that our worth is more than just numbers. A lot of people grade their worth, maybe YouTubers, how many subscribers they have, on social media, how many followers you have. I see that, people die for money. People literally die for money. People, drug dealers, they get big head, right? They're making all this money and they're chasing. It's never enough, right? You see, they go to prison for the rest of their life. They kill for money. Not just them. It happens everywhere. People steal. People just put, we're just always chasing that. And, if we don't have if those metrics aren't what we want them to be, we don't feel like we're valuable a member of society. And, even girls, with the weight thing, I think social media really has a lot to do with that too. Girls, I can imagine if I was a teenager going through puberty and you're dealing with self-esteem issues, and you look on Instagram and you see an Instagram model, you're thinking, oh, I have a little bit of love handles or something, right? And you see like Instagram model who's photoshopped, says she's a certain weight, liposuction, plastic surgery, and they're comparing that and thinking that that's how they should look. It's just a lot of unrealistic beauty standards are based on metrics too. Girls aren't happy, their boobs aren't big enough, their butt isn't big enough. It just, they base their value on that, and it just, everything's pushed in our face so much, just the way we're programmed from society. And I just want to say that that's all BS. You are valuable. You are more than the physical. You're a spiritual being, have a temporary human experience. You're not a human, a physical being. Spirit's opposite way around. So this is all circumstances, all temporary. And I'm not saying that you should not like money. I'm not saying you shouldn't strive to be a certain weight. I'm not saying you should want to have a good credit score. But I'm saying don't let those things define you. Your worth is not based depending on that. Your worth is based on, when someone dies, I've had friends that have died, and it made me realize, do we really care how much that person had in their bank account, how much they weighed on a scale, what their credit score is? No. None of that made a difference. What matters, how they make people feel, how do they help people, how do they inspire people, were they a good person, how kind were they, do they do kind things for people, things like that. I just think we need to really shift what we value in society. You know, numbers, they never end, you know. Even people that are millionaires, right? You think they have all the money they need. They have a lot of money, but even they stray from where they want to be billionaires. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with having those goals, but you're fine just the way you are, with just what you have. You really don't need as much to be happy as you think you do. We've been programmed to think we always need the next new thing. We need this amount of money. We always think we need something more, you know? And then when we don't get instant gratification, we feel down on ourselves. But just know you are valuable. You're worthy, whole, and complete. Numbers don't define you. You're worthy because you exist. To put it in perspective, think about what it took to make when you were born, right? What out of all those that I did research on it. There's like 100 million sperm or something. I forgot the exact number. But the sperm that contained you was the one that made it to the egg. It means, my point of that wasn't to go TMI, but was to show that you are worthy, you exist for a purpose, you have a purpose, and it's not to reach some metric or to let some kind of number define you. Okay, I just wanted to share that little motivational video for today. I would really appreciate it if you like my content to hit the subscribe button. It really helps support my channel and grow my channel so I can help more people as well. And if you feel called to, feel free to like, comment, or share. I'm always going to post a comment on there. I want to have a more interactive channel. So the question I'm going to post, the comment I'm going to post is what type of metric or number has defined your, have you let define your life in a negative way, have really impacted your life in a negative way, and that made you feel worthless? And what do you have that does make you worthy that has nothing to do with numbers? And also, if you want, I do have an Instagram and a Facebook group too for this channel. So if you check, it will be in the description box on this video and on my whole channel as well. Okay, have a good day, everybody.